Today, I want to talk about Performance Max, PMax for short, and how leveraging the assets group structure can help you improve your campaign results. If you're using Performance Max for your Shopify store instead of the standard Google Shopping ad campaign type, this is the video you want to watch. This video is less of a hands-on tutorial, but more of a theoretical discussion. I'll explain why it's important to have more than one assets group for your store when running PMax campaigns and how this relates to improving targeting to get the algorithm to find more of the right audience for you. Hi, I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI Doctor. I help Shopify store owners like you double their revenue with profitable Google Ads. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Want to check if your Google Ads are sending the right shoppers to your store? I have a free resource for you, the Google Ads Pulse Check, a 9-point diagnostics checklist that helps you diagnose if your ads are attracting the most likely buyers. If they're not, it's time to review your campaign or your landing pages to make the improvements needed to drive more sales for your store. Head over to claricelin.com to download it. There is also a direct link in the description below and pinned in the comments. What is Performance Max? And how does it differ from the standard Google Shopping campaign? For the standard Google Shopping campaign, simply you are running product ads. You have product listings, you set it up in Google Merchant Center, you link it to your Google Ads, and you start running Google Shopping ads. Instead of the standard Google Shopping ads, you can also choose to run Performance Max, PMax, and use it to run your shopping ads instead. Let me explain better what actually is Performance Max and how does it work and how can you use it to run your shopping ads. What is Performance Max? Performance Max, or better known as PMax, is a campaign type from Google that helps you access all of Google's ad inventory from a single campaign. It combines the power of multiple ad types into one campaign, making it easier to reach your customers wherever they are. What this means is, by setting up PMax, it allows you to create ads and run them across 7 of Google's channels: Search, Display, YouTube, Discover, Gmail, Maps, and Google Shopping. Previously, if you are only running Google Shopping ads, you are only running one ad type. The key features of PMax: 1. It's a unified campaign type, which means instead of creating separate campaigns for each type of ad, whether it is a video ad, shopping ad, or a text-based ad, PMax lets you manage everything from one place. This unified approach can save time and effort. The second key PMax feature is it makes automated bid adjustments for you. One of the major advantages of PMax is automation. Google's machine learning takes care of bid adjustments, adjusting them in real time to maximize your ad performance based on your goals. The third feature is smart targeting. PMax uses Google's AI to identify the best audience groups for your ads. It automatically adjusts targeting to reach the most relevant users, increasing the likelihood of conversions. The fourth feature is creative automation. You provide various assets like images, videos, headlines, and descriptions. PMax then automatically combines all of these assets into different ad formats and tests them into the most effective combinations that will drive the most conversion. The reason why I've highlighted these 4 features is because I wanted to illustrate the sophistication of Google's machine learning and AI technology behind PMax. What most people get wrong or struggle with PMax is they believe they can just set it up without planning and the campaign will automatically drive sales. Let me explain more about this. Have you heard of the saying, rubbish in, rubbish out? It's a phrase that resonates deeply when it comes to automation and technology. Let me share a story from my early university days studying information technology, or IT for short. 20 years ago, during one of my classes, the professor emphasized the importance of input quality in computing. We were tasked with designing and building our own e-commerce websites, including setting up functionalities like the Add to Cart button and purchase forms. Yes, I mean programming from scratch. To ensure smooth payments transactions, we had to implement rigorous form validation checks for customers keying in their personal details and credit card information. For instance, when a shopper entered their payments card details, we programmed the system to verify that the card number was exactly 16 digits long and valid. If the information was incorrect, a pop-up message would politely ask them to double-check their inputs before proceeding. The reason behind these meticulous checks wasn't just about preventing errors, it was about ensuring that the right information was being processed. Even with the smartest technology at our disposal, if users entered incorrect information such as a mistyped credit card number, the system couldn't process the payments correctly. Fast forward to today, automation and machine learning have evolved dramatically, but the concept of rubbish in, rubbish out still applies. Going back to our PMax. PMax offers sophisticated AI and automation to optimize ad campaigns across multiple platforms like search, display, YouTube, and more to show your ads to the right people. They need to figure out who is most likely to buy from you and who will be happy to see your ad. However, here's where many businesses falter. They assume that setting up these advanced systems is enough to guarantee success to get the sales. They forget the fundamental lesson of rubbish in, rubbish out. If the initial inputs like campaign objectives, target audience data, or ad creatives flawed or poorly configured, even the most advanced algorithms won't deliver the desired results. In this case, Google won't know who to show your ads to and is unable to drive as many conversions as you might desire and hope for. Similar to my university e-commerce projects that requires careful planning and attention to detail in form validation to ensure accurate data entry, a successful implementation of PMax demands thoughtful strategy and setup. In this instance, the structure of your PMax campaigns, how you organize your asset groups, define your goals, and craft your creatives is crucial. Each component plays a vital role in guiding Google's algorithm to effectively target and convert potential customers. Let's talk about exactly what is the asset group and how does it work to improve your targeting and performance of your campaign. The asset group is similar to Google Shopping Ads ad group functionality, where it allows you to segment your products into different groupings. Why do you want to segment your products? The main goal here is simply to allow Google to find the right shoppers more easily and show them your ads. Because PMax allows you to run different ad types across multiple Google properties, that means you can put in different creative assets like ad headlines, ad descriptions, pictures, videos, and your product catalog. Hence the name asset groups. Before I show you how the asset group is set up in Google Ads, let me share with you a diagram. In PMax, you can set up multiple asset groups. The minimum is 1, and you can add up to 100, which is the maximum. In each asset group, there are 3 types of inputs you can add: assets, listings, signals. Assets refer to creative assets like ad headlines, description, videos, images, logos, site links, and call to action. Listings refer to product listings, the ad type that appears on Google Shopping results. It acts like the standard Google Shopping campaign type. These product listings come from the product information you set up in Google Merchant Center. It's important to know if you only want to run ads to show up on Google Shopping results only, then you should only set up listings. Do not add any assets into the assets group. Third item that you can add is signals. Signals are clues you provide to Google that tells them who your potential customers could be. This is optional. What Google says about signals. I'm going to put the screenshot right here. Audience signals allow you to add audience suggestions that help Google AI optimize for your selected goals. Although adding audience signals is optional, using audience signals can help you guide machine learning models on the ideal way to optimize your campaign. What this means is, if your audience is unique and not easy to find, if you can provide additional clues about the type of customers you're looking for, it will help Google to do their job better. However, Google has also added a small disclaimer here. Performance Max may show ads to relevant audiences outside of your signals if they have a strong likelihood of converting to help you meet your performance goals. There are pros and cons of adding signals to consider. If you add too many signals, it might restrict Google from finding new types of customers you might not be aware of. To give a simple example, if you give Google all the signals to turn left, Google will never turn right, even though there could be potential customers in the opposite direction. However, if your campaign is not performing, Google could be looking at the wrong place. And this is where adding signals could be beneficial in helping Google start looking in a new direction. There is no perfect formula to say how much signals you should add. You just have to test it out and review your campaign. If your campaign is not performing, you can start with adding a few simple signals. It could be telling Google to look for similar customers who have already bought from you or shoppers who visited your website. Or you can also tell Google to look for shoppers who have visited your competitors' websites. Competitors who are selling similar products to yours and you know they are doing very well. Signals is a big topic and can be a video of its own, so I don't want to go too much into it. But if you want me to do a video on this topic, drop me a comment below and let me know. Now that you have a better idea of what you can do with asset groups, let me show you how the PMax asset groups look like in the Google Ads interface after it is set up. From the drop-down box at the top, select the Performance Max campaign that you want to make changes to, and click on Asset Groups on the left in the menu. Each rectangle here represents an asset group. After you set up your PMax, this is where you can see all your asset groups at a glance. If you want to edit your assets, click on Edit Assets. You can edit your headline, description, video, logos. If you want to edit what products to include in this asset group, click on Listings group and you can include or exclude the products accordingly. If you want to edit your product information, you can do it in Google Merchant Center. Or you can also do it in your Shopify app, the Google and YouTube app, or other apps you use to set up your product feed. If you want to add signals to each of your asset groups, you can go to the little pencil button next to the word signals and edit. You'll be able to add each of your desired signals accordingly for your different groups. If you want to see the performance of each asset group, click on the table here and customize the metrics you want to see in more detail. Now that we understand what goes into an asset group, let's explore why segmentation matters. At the start, many people tend to group all their products into one asset group for convenience. They are also unaware of how segmenting the products can actually improve the chances of Google finding the right shoppers for you. This approach mirrors how large retail stores design their shopping floors. For instance, the big products in a household will be all placed together on the same floor. Kitchen items will be organized in one section, bedroom items in another section, while the living room essentials will be placed in another section. This organization or grouping of the items make it easier for shoppers to find what they need easily. In a big retail store, the women's clothing is placed all on one floor, while the men's clothing is on a different floor. And for women's wear, the casual clothing is placed together in one corner, while the party accessories or shoes section is arranged in a separate section. Let's apply the same concept to Google Ads. When you group similar product types together, Google tries to find similar shopping patterns in groups of people who are looking for these product types. And it becomes easier for Google to show them the correct groups of shoppers for the different groups of products. Now that we've seen how this works in practice, let's discuss the benefits of setting up multiple asset groups. To put this into perspective, let's look at a couple of real-world scenarios. If you are a Shopify store selling only iPhone covers, obviously one asset group is perfect because you have only one product type, which is the iPhone cover. Imagine your store selling household products, offering diverse product categories like refrigerators, washing machines, fans, ovens. This is where you set up one asset group for each product type. In this case, you can start with 4 asset groups. But if you have a small budget to begin with, consider setting up one asset group for the product type that has high profit margins and you're confident that it will generate sales. So remember, the complexity of your product range often dictates how many asset groups you need. But the advantages don't stop there. Let's look at how this segmentation can improve your ad content. Setting up multiple asset groups also allows you to tailor ads specifically to each category. It allows Google to more effectively connect with users looking for specific products. By organizing your asset groups thoughtfully, you enhance Google's ability to match your ads with relevant searches and user interests, ultimately increasing the likelihood of conversions and maximizing your advertising return on ad spend. If you're running text-based ads in PMax, you can write ad headlines and descriptions that are more specific and in line with the product category or specific customer groups. For example, if you have an asset group that promotes all your sofas, you can mention the word sofa and why people would choose to buy your sofa. This strategic approach ensures that your ads resonate with the right audience, maximizing your campaign's effectiveness. To wrap up this part, remember that smart segmentation in your asset groups isn't just about organization. It's about connecting the right products with the right shoppers, maximizing your ads effectiveness, and ultimately your return on ad spend. Now that we understand the importance of segmentation, let's tackle another common question. How many asset groups should you set up per campaign? The truth is, there is no ideal number. It depends on 2 main factors: how many product types you have, the budgets you're willing to allocate for your campaign. Sometimes just one asset group can be enough, especially if you're planning to spend only USD $20 to $30 per day and the cost per click is more than $1. Here's why. Creating more asset groups doesn't always help with performance. You might end up spreading your budget too thin across many product types. If there are too many customer types for each product type, Google will struggle to collect enough click information to find the right people within your limited budget. Instead, it's often more practical to focus on your most profitable products or customer types at the start. For example, if you sell both high-end watches and affordable accessories, you might start with one asset group for your best-selling watches. Remember, quality over quantity. It's better to have fewer well-performing asset groups than many underperforming ones. Products or categories with high search volume often benefit from separate asset groups as this allows for more targeted optimization. However, for products with low search volume, lumping them together in a single asset group might be more effective. Always consider the balance between search volume, your budget, and the potential for effective data collection when deciding on the number of asset groups. Remember, there is no one-size-fits-all answer to how many asset groups you should have. The key factors are your product types, your budget, search volume for your products. Start small if your budget is limited. Focus on your most profitable products first. As your budget grows, consider expanding your asset groups, especially for high-volume products. Always aim for quality over quantity. A few well-performing asset groups are better than many underperforming ones. Ultimately, the right number of asset groups is the one that balances your budget, product diversity, and ability to collect meaningful data. Keep testing and optimizing to find what works best for your unique business. I've reviewed many Google Ads accounts and have seen a number of common mistakes that were made, ruining the previous good performance. I've summarized the 3 common mistakes in a previous video. If you want to avoid those mistakes, check out the video, 3 ways that could ruin your PMax, linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. If you're struggling with unpredictable PMax results, I can help. I've helped Shopify stores achieve over 500% return on ad spend with PMax campaigns. If you want to achieve similar results, get in touch to find out more. My contact details in the description and pinned comment. Alternatively, head directly to claricelyn.com. If you found this video useful in understanding how asset groups work and why they are super important, do remember to give me a like and let YouTube know. I would also appreciate your support. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions. And do subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on doubling your store revenue and traffic with profitable Google Ads. I'm Claricelyn, the RI Doctor, signing off. Till the next video, stay profitable.